Join Lucy the black cat and Leo the orange cat on a frosty adventure like no other. When the enchanting Frosty Forest is trapped under a spell of eternal winter, Lucy and Leo set out to find the key to breaking the curse. Along the way, they meet a magical unicorn and a lonely frost king whose heart has been frozen by the spell. With courage, kindness, and a little bit of magic, will these two brave cats be able to thaw the icy world and restore warmth to the forest? Stay tuned for Lucy and Leo's next adventure. On a crisp winter morning, Lucy the black cat and Leo the orange cat set out on an adventure in the snowy woods behind their home. The trees were heavy with snow, and the sky was a bright, cold blue. As the two friends ventured deeper into the forest, they noticed something strange. The air was still, and not a single animal stirred in the trees. There was an eerie quietness, as if the forest was frozen in time. "Something feels different today," Lucy meowed, her sharp green eyes scanning the frosty landscape. Leo, always the curious one, nodded. "I agree. It's almost like the forest is under a spell." Suddenly, a gentle voice echoed through the trees. "Help! Help us!" Lucy and Leo exchanged glances. The voice sounded sad and distant, like it was calling out from far away. They followed the sound through the trees and through the snow-covered path, their paw prints leaving a trail behind them. Soon, they reached a clearing where the trees grew even taller and the snow lay thick upon the ground. In the center of the clearing stood a shimmering, magical creature, a unicorn. Its white coat sparkled like snowflakes, and its mane shimmered with colors that seemed to change with the wind. "Hello?" Lucy said, her voice soft but curious. "Who are you?" "I am Yara, the guardian of the Frosty Forest," the unicorn said, her voice as gentle as a snowflake falling to the ground. "This forest is under a terrible spell. Many moons ago, a sorcerer cast a spell of eternal winter upon this land, freezing the trees, the animals, and even the wind. We have been stuck in this icy world ever since. Only the purest of hearts can break the spell." Leo stepped forward, his orange fur standing out brightly against the white snow. "How can we help?" Yara's eyes shimmered with hope. "There is an enchanted crystal hidden deep within the forest. The crystal is the key to breaking the spell, but it is guarded by the Frost King, a powerful creature who will not let anyone pass until they prove their worth. You must be brave, kind, and true of heart to face him." Lucy's tail flicked with excitement. "We're ready. We've faced many challenges before, and we can do it again." Yara nodded. "I know you can, but be warned. The Frost King is not what he seems. He was once a kind ruler, but the spell twisted him into something dark. You must show him kindness if you wish to succeed." With determination in their eyes, Luci and Leo set off toward the heart of the forest, following Yara's directions. The trees grew denser, and the snow became even thicker as they ventured deeper into the frozen land. They climbed over ice-covered rocks and leapt over deep snowdrifts, all the while keeping their focus on the mission ahead. After what seemed like hours, they reached a towering mountain made entirely of ice. At the top stood a great palace. Its walls glistened in the pale sunlight. Luci and Leo knew this might be where the Frost King lived. "How do we get inside?" Leo asked, his breath coming out in little puffs of mist. "I think I know," Luci said with a grin. She carefully approached the gate, which was made of solid ice. Then, with a gentle paw, she touched it, and to her surprise, the ice began to shimmer and melt away, revealing a path inside. As they entered the palace, the cold air grew even more intense. Inside, they found the Frost King, sitting on a throne made of shimmering ice. His fur was white as snow, but his eyes were clouded with a cold, distant look. "You are not welcome here," the Frost King growled, his voice as cold as the winter winds. Luci and Leo stepped forward, their hearts filled with courage. "We came to help you," Luci said gently. "We know you were once a kind ruler, but the spell has turned you into someone you're not. We can break the curse, but only if you allow us to." The Frost King's icy eyes softened for a moment. "I once ruled this forest with love, but the spell twisted my heart. Now I can only feel the cold and the sorrow." Leo, with his warm heart, took a step closer. "You don't have to be alone anymore. You can feel the warmth of kindness again. Let us help you." The Frost King's gaze lingered on Leo for a long moment, and then something magical began to happen. The ice surrounding the palace started to melt, and the cold air began to lift. The Frost King's fur changed from icy white to a warm shade of silver, and the sorrow in his eyes began to fade. I feel something warm," the Frost King whispered. With that, the spell was broken. The forest began to thaw, the trees slowly shedding their snow-covered coats, and the wind picked back up, blowing softly through the branches once again. The creatures of the forest, deer, rabbits, and birds, returned, their laughter filling the air. "Thank you," the Frost King said, his voice no longer cold, but full of gratitude. "You have restored my heart and my forest. You truly have pure hearts." Luci and Leo smiled at each other. "We did it," Leo said, his tail swishing happily. Yara, the unicorn, appeared beside them. "You have brought warmth back to the frosty forest. You are true heroes." As the sun began to set behind the trees, Luci and Leo made their way back home, their hearts full of joy. They had helped break the spell that brought kindness back to the forest. And as they walked through the snow-covered woods, now thawing, they knew that no matter how cold the world might seem, the warmth of friendship and kindness would always shine through. The end.